Yo, what is going on, you guys? It is Royal Stonerz here. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I am fucking back, bringing to the table another fire-ass fucking video. Today's video is going to be another story time, so grab your popcorn, grab your crack pipe. I'm just playing. Grab your bong, or grab your preferable smoking choice, because, as you guys know, on this channel, we like to get fucked up. We like to smoke weed. Tonight, I'm smoking on some peanut butter breath that I got from my plug. It's some pretty good weed. It's pretty fire. But, yeah, guys, if you have anything out there to smoke on, light that shit up with me, guys. And also, one more thing before we smoke. If you guys are not following the Instagram, follow that shit right now. I will put the name up on the screen. But, yeah, let's smoke, you guys. Cheers. That was a good one, bro. Alright, so a lot of you OG viewers might already know this story. Well, y'all didn't hear the in-depth version, okay? I'm going to be retelling it, and I'm going to be telling the first day, the second day, and the third day, the day that it happened. Now, today's story takes place during the time I was a young drug addict, okay? I was 14 years old at this time, and I was seriously on some fucking goon shit. At this time in my life, as you guys know, I would have done anything to get fucked up, okay? The type of stuff that I was doing at this age, no normal person at any age should be doing, okay? But here I was being a little dumbass. Don't go and do anything I talk about in these videos, please, guys. I really wouldn't want any of y'all getting hurt, and plus the drug life is all fucking fake feelings anyways. So today, I'm going to be talking about the time I drank rubbing alcohol and got caught stealing Xanax from my stepmom and stealing Adderall from my step-siblings. If you guys haven't watched the first time doing Adderall story, then I suggest you guys go watch it right now. Before you watch this story, I'm going to put it up right now. Because then y'all will know that I had already been caught stealing Adderall before. I got caught stealing it before already, so like this was not really my first time. But this time it was a lot worse, okay? This day took place on a Friday. I had school this day, but it was a different Friday than any other Friday because I was going to my dad's this weekend, and not only that, we were going to my grandpa's and my nana's on Sunday. So, you know, I was really excited. I was like, fuck yeah, my dad might give me some drugs. I was like, hell yeah, I might get high this weekend. Because the whole week I had been struggling getting high. I'd been just doing DXM, I think I did Benadryl one time, and I fucking did a lot of other random ass stupid shit. I was probably drinking Germex too, but, you know, I was fucking bulling at school. I was chilling with the homies. We were all kicking it up, you know, getting through class like the fucking champions we were. You know, I was chilling with all the old homies, Nathaniel, Jackson, Nathan, you know, all the old crew. We were all fucking kicking it and chilling. I know you guys gotta remember Jackson. I gave him a really funny voice. He sounded like, yo, what's up, guys? And, you know, I was probably hanging out with my friends this day, just chilling, talking to them about how I was going to my dad's this weekend. And I was also probably talking to them about how it was Christmas break because at this time, it was Friday and Saturday we were going on to Christmas break and we weren't going to be going back to school for like 2 or 3 weeks, like a month or something like that, you know? But anyways, you know, I was excited, and so the school day flew by, like, really quick. And before I knew it, I was going home. So, you know, when I got home, I ended up texting my dad, and I was asking him, I was like, hey, am I still coming over this weekend? Because, you know, sometimes my dad would flake, and he'd be like, yeah, you're coming over, and then we wouldn't hang out. He wouldn't come and get me. But I texted him, right, and he texted me back, like, 15 minutes later saying, yeah, I'm still gonna come and get you. And I was like, fucking bet. I was like, yes, we're gonna have a good-ass time. This is gonna be awesome. So, you know, after texting my dad, I just sat and chilled. I started packing my bag, and after a while of chilling, I started getting impatient. Because, you know, my dad would always take fucking forever to come and get me, man. It was like waiting, like, for the plug. My dad was like a plug, like, with his timing. I mean, shit, it makes sense. He used to be a plug when he was younger. But, so, you know, I call him. I ended up calling him, right? All I can remember is him answering and being like, son, I really hope you're not going to be on any bullshit this weekend. Okay, because, guys, the last time I went over to his house, I literally stole my step-sibling's Adderall. Like, a shit ton of it. It was not good. I stole, like, 20 or 30 pills. Well, you know, guys. I said, no, Dad, I'm not gonna be on some bullshit, okay? And he was like, all right, well, quit blowing up my phone. I'm gonna come and get you in a minute, all right? And I was like, okay, Dad. I promise I won't pull any shenanigans or do anything stupid, though. Because, like, I've changed, Dad. I promise I won't. Knowing damn well I hadn't changed. I told that man that. And he was just like, okay, son, because if you do, I'm going to take you home. And it's going to be horrible for you. So, you know, I had my bag packed. I was still being impatient. I was just fucking bored waiting for him. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to play some fucking video games. I started playing some video games, right? To pass the time. Do not remember what I was playing, but I was probably playing like Minecraft or something. But yeah, guys, before I knew it, he pulled up, right? And I could hear him pull up, like, because he drove a truck at this time. He still drives a truck. The truck he was driving this time, though, was, like, white, I think. But, yeah, guys. So I get up out of my gaming chair. I quit playing games. And I go to my living room, and I walk out the door and go see my dad. I gave him a hug. I'm like, yo, what's up, Dad? I haven't seen you in a minute. And he's like, yo, what's up? So we start to head to his house, okay? On the way there, I was thinking about asking him, you know. I was thinking about asking if he had anything I could get high on this weekend because I had been really craving some shit. I don't think I mentioned this either, but at this time, I was almost high every single day, but on random shit. I mean, I think I did mention that. Yeah, I did, but I was so immature, guys. When I asked him this, though, I did end up asking him. I remember when I asked him, he fucking snapped at me, bro. Like, it was not good. He got mad. He told me, no, we're not getting high this weekend. I told you, we're not being on no fucking bullshit. I'm gonna take you home if you're gonna act like this the whole time. In my head, I was like, fuck, I wish I didn't say that. Fuck, I shouldn't have said that out loud. I should have just kept that a thought. God damn it. But I said, okay, Dad, that's cool. I'm sorry. I don't want to go home, okay? So, because, you know, I didn't want to go home because deep in my mind, I knew I was going to be able to get fucked up somehow. Somehow, right? So my dad was sort of being a bitch, and we ended up driving to his house. And the reason I say he was being a bitch is because he would give me drugs sometimes, but I think he started feeling bad about it when he realized I was actually doing them a lot. So, like, I understand, I guess, but we got to his house, right? And I went inside. I went inside my room. I put all my shit up. I walked out my room, down the hallway, went to the kitchen where a couple of my siblings were at. I was like, yo, what's up, y'all? And I ended up asking my dad, I was like, hey, is my stepbrother here? Because that's like the only step sibling I really fucked with at this time, you guys. He was like, no, he's not. He's at his dad's this weekend too. And I was like, damn, that fucking sucks. Because this was a reoccurring fucking experience. Like every single time I would go to my dad's, my stepbrother wouldn't be there. And I think it's because my stepmom didn't want us hanging out because I was doing bad shit. But like, I understand, I guess. But yeah, guys, after saying what's up to all my siblings, you know, I went back to my room. And I started just chilling, and I sat there. I started playing on my phone and watching story times. I don't know if you guys know this, but I've been watching story times ever since I was like 11 or 12 years old. And I'm not talking about normal story times. I'm talking about drugs, like drug story times. Like smoking weed for the first time. I watched X-Code and shit and Goblin when I was young. That shit really put me on to a lot of bad shit. But, yeah, so I've kind of always had a thing for this shit, you know, it's just always been my thing. But, you know, I was sitting down watching videos about getting drugs and shit, and I was like, fuck, I want to get high now. Because, you know, that shit really triggers you. I don't know if you know that, but it's like, it really can trigger you if you're a drug addict. But, you know, that's what I did to pass the time during this time, you know. I did this to pass the time until my dad and then would go to sleep, you know, so I could go look in the medicine cabinet in the kitchen. So I really had no interest at this time in talking to my dad or hanging out with him because all I really cared about was getting high. You know, it was really bad, but I was just really sad, you guys, if I'm going to be honest. I was just really sad. I was self-medicating, okay? There's really no other word to it, but there's so many other things you could do instead of fucking self-medicating, guys. I hope you realize that. And I'm really glad I got out of that hole, and I'm hoping some of you guys out there can get out of it too. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I ended up hanging out with my dad for a little bit before he went to sleep, and I think we watched a movie or something, but he ended up going to sleep, right? And I was like, okay, time to check the medicine cabinet. It was around like 12 o'clock or 1, and I was like, yeah, this is the perfect time. So I creeped out of my room, I creeped down the hallway all the way to the kitchen where the medicine cabinet was. So I opened that bitch up and I started looking. Lo and behold, there was nothing. I was fucking like looking everywhere too, guys. There was no Adderall, no anything. I was pissed. I kept looking everywhere with a flashlight, looking in different medicine bottles. Because, you know, I thought maybe they put them in a different medicine container so I wouldn't look there. But I had no luck, you guys. I even looked for cough syrup like DXM or like Benadryl, and there wasn't anything in there because my dad knew about that shit too. Because my grandma fucking told him, of course. So, you know what? I said, fuck this shit. And I walked back to my room, right? I was so fucking upset, guys. I was like, damn, I guess they hit it because of what I did last time and because of what the shit I've been doing. Well, that fucking sucks. So I'm going to have to find a different way to get high or just go to sleep or find the pills somehow. I had options and shit running through my mind crazily during this time. So I went back to my room pissed, and I ended up picking option 3. I went to sleep, and I slept pretty good even though I was fucking angry and sad. The next day came around, I woke up and I was like, what am I gonna fucking do, man? I got up, I went to go find something to eat in my dad's house because, you know, I was fucking starving. I got some cereal, I sat down at the kitchen table. I said, what's up to my stepsister because she was chilling in there with an iPad, just sitting next to me. I think she was eating pancakes or something. And, we were talking, we ended up talking for a little bit about life and shit. And I finished my cereal and I went back to my dad's room to see if he was up. So, Dad has a 2-story house, by the way. I don't know if I've said that before. I think I have in another story. But I went into my dad's room and I talked to my dad. After talking to that motherfucker, I went back to my room and I was like, fuck this place. No, not for real. I wasn't like, fuck this place. But I wanted to get high so bad. I was thinking, I want to get high. So, I scrolled through my phone, asking people. I was asking everyone if somebody would front me a gram of weed. Even people that didn't smoke weed or something. I was asking everybody if they would front me anything. And nobody said yes. So, you know, at this time I barely had any plugs. I had like 3 real plugs. And the rest of the people were just people who smoked weed occasionally and they could get me shit. So, I tried that and none of them were fucking answering. And none of them were even that good of plugs anyways. So, that plan fell through. It fell through quicker than I did with my fentanyl addiction. But, so I was like, I gotta play some video games or watch a movie or something to distract my mind because I can't just sit here and think about doing drugs when I don't have any because I'm gonna go fucking crazy. So I gained the courage. I went out there to ask my dad if I could fucking hook up his Xbox in my room. He surprisingly said yes. So we hooked that motherfucker up together like a good-ass team. You know, teamwork makes the dream work, baby. So we hooked that bitch up and I get to gaming. I'm pretty sure he had the new Call of Duty at the time already on there. So that was fucking lit. I connected to online Xbox Live with my account at the time. And I sat there killing motherfuckers and drinking Coca-Cola and just fucking being lazy, playing video games all day. Because look, guys, there was nothing else to do at my dad's house. My dad isn't really that interesting. He doesn't really talk that much, if I'm being honest with y'all. He'll talk like when he's mad or like when he's like high, but he don't really talk that much, like for real. I wish I could meet him, but yeah, I played that shit until I got bored and I decided it was time for me to watch more drug videos and drive myself crazy. So I turned on YouTube on my TV and I signed into my account and I started watching YouTube videos. I'm pretty sure I was watching either Early Goblin or Xcode, but instantly I wanted to get high. That's all that really matters. Instantly, I want y'all to know it. When I was watching those videos, instantly I wanted to get high. So I sat there waiting for them to go to sleep again, like just fucking waiting for the time to go by, counting the hours and shit. So I was watching those story times and I ended up watching them for a good like fucking 5 hours and also doing research on my phone and shit about drugs. And you know, I was still watching the videos, but I'm also on my phone looking up ways to get high. So I did this a lot as a kid, you guys, which was pretty dumb. I'd look up ways to get high at home with no drugs. And I came across this shit either on Reddit or YouTube or Google about people drinking rubbing alcohol. And I was like, damn, I've done this before. How did I forget about this? I know it'll work, but I also know it's fucking dangerous. So, like, I was thinking, guys, the devil and an angel and a devil was sitting on my shoulder. The angel was like, don't drink the rubbing alcohol, Peyton. And the devil was like, drink that shit, motherfucker. Get tore up. And I was just like, I don't know, man. And I listened to the fucking devil, right? So I was like, well, I think my dad has that in his cabinet, so, and it wouldn't be my first time drinking it, the first time I drank it, it was at my friend Nathan's house, and his older brother that had just got out of jail taught me about that shit. So, you know, I listened to the devil on my shoulder. I started to do my creeping again. I go to the kitchen, go through the cabinet, and I don't see any rubbing alcohol. So I check the cabinet near the floor, and I look near the back where all the chemicals and shit were, and I looked, and lo and behold, there was some rubbing alcohol. So I grabbed that shit. Now, if my dad knew that I was drinking fucking rubbing alcohol at this time, he would have probably fucking grabbed me and killed me. He would have grabbed me, picked me up, and slammed me on the head. But that's besides the point, guys. So I get that shit, I grab me a Coke out the fridge, and I go back to my room, and I pour about, like, I'd say 2 or 3 shots of rubbing alcohol in this Coke. And guys, I try to drink it. I really did try to drink this shit. I took like 4 or 5 sips. I couldn't handle the taste. I sat there and I was like, fuck this shit, guys. This is horrible. I can't do this, and I'm gonna die if I drink any more of this, because this is just gonna kill my fucking organs. And it wasn't doing anything. I got like halfway through the Coke and I didn't feel shit, and I was like, the taste and the feeling this is making my stomach feel is not worth it. So I ended up thinking, I was like, I gotta find those pills, man, or I'm gonna fucking end up killing myself with rubbing alcohol. I start using my brain a little bit, and I'm like, they have to be in this house somewhere. I know they're not upstairs. They have to be either hidden in the cabinet in the kitchen or in my dad's room. And I'm not drinking this fucking rubbing alcohol, so I start thinking of a plan, right? I cross out the idea of them being in the kitchen because I thought, my dad's not that stupid to leave him in there, like, within reach of me. So, you know, I'm like, I'm gonna have to crawl on my knees and go in my dad's room and look for these motherfuckers. Because they have to be in there in, like, one of his drawers or shit. Like, either in his drawer or in my stepmom's drawer, right? So, I creep out of my room, and I head over to my dad's room, and I was crawling on my knees, right? My heart was thumping out of my chest, you guys. I was scared as fuck. Like, I had heart palpitations. It was so bad. My anxiety was bad. My heart was beating like that fucking loud. And I crawled up to my stepmom's dresser while fucking shaking. And that was, out of pure luck, guys, that's where the pills were at. I opened that bitch up really quietly, and I peeked in there. And thank the Lord, they was full of pill bottles. They were all there, right? So look, I turned my flashlight on low, and I started looking through the bottles, right? And I started reading off names, right? And I read amphetamine salts, adderall, dextroamphetamine, and then, you guys, I saw the fucking holy grail, alprazolam. There was about 3 or 4 bottles of this shit, guys. They were only the 1 milligram footballs, but those are still amazing. And with the amount she had, I was shocked. I was actually so in shock that I got off my flashlight app and I looked up alprazolam just to make sure that it was Xanax, even though I knew it was Xanax. I couldn't fucking believe it, guys. So, you know, like the smart guy I was, I grabbed 60 fucking Xans. I grabbed 2 30-count bottles, and I left her with like 30 or 60. And I took all of her kids' Adderalls, and I was like, holy shit, I hit the jackpot. And they're not even gonna know, because tomorrow I'm going to my Nana and Grandpa's house. And then after that, I'm going to my house, so I'm gonna be fucking in the clear. If they get mad at me, fuck it, they're already at my house, they're never gonna find them again. So, you know, I hit the fucking jackpot. I crawled out of the room, still heart thumping, scared as fuck. After closing her drawer, I crawled out the room. I went back to my room and I started to look at the pills I had, right? So, you know, I was fucking excited. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna go too crazy because I want to sell some of these, alright? And I'm also gonna save some, you know, so I can pop a bunch of them every day. So, you know, I only take out 6 of these fucking Xans, which is like 6 milligrams, and I put the rest of the Xans in my book bag. So I popped these Xans, I washed it down with a different Coke, not the rubbing alcohol Coke, a different Coke. And I emptied out the Adderall containers and I put them in an M&M container. Then I laid down and waited for the Xans to hit. And you know, if y'all haven't taken prescription Xans before, you know that they make you black out. I do not remember anything after these bitches kicked in. All I can remember is waking up and having to go to my grandpa's house. I wasn't even, okay, so I woke up, right, the next day, and I wasn't even fucking worried about them checking the drawer, because, like, why would they? They had no reason to. Their kids weren't going to school today. Beth, my stepmom, wasn't having an anxiety attack. I mean, she might have been having one, I don't fucking know. So I was in the clear. I thought, you know, they're gonna take me home, like, after my grandpa and Nana's house, right? So, like, I'm gonna be good. But you guys will see later that that was not true. So we went to my grandpa's and Nana's house, and I hung out with my first cousin. We called him Robert in the other story where I sort of talked about this time. And I was telling him about the xans I got, and he was like, no way, bro. He told me he'd buy some from me, like, and I was like, fuck yeah, bet, I got you when I get home, bro. And I told him, like, bro, I ended up getting 60 of them, and he was like, bro, no way. And I was like, yes sir. And also, speaking of 60, I actually got $60 from my nana this day too, from my nana and my grandpa, because it was around Christmas time. But anyways, we hung out over there for a while, you guys, but it came time to leave. So, you know, we got in the car with my stepmom Beth and my dad and our step siblings, and I was like, hey dad, are y'all taking me home like straight after this? And they were like, no, we gotta go stop by my house first. And I was like, fuck guys, my heart started beating again fast, like it did when I was crawling on the floor last night. So I was scared as fuck. I didn't say anything, but I was like, okay. I was like, all right dad, that's cool. But so we headed back to his house. We got there. I walked up his driveway, heart beating really fast. I went inside and I hid in my room and sat in there scared and motherfucking paranoid, because I was like, damn, I don't know if they're gonna find out I did that, or like if they're gonna check the drawer, because we're gonna be here for like 20-30 minutes. They're probably gonna end up checking the drawer, right? So I'm sitting there, and after a minute, all I can hear is that motherfucker. My pants literally entirely filled up with shit at this point. I literally was shaking in my boots, pants full of shit. I was debating on running away. I was debating on taking my own life at this point, guys, because I was so fucking scared of what my dad was gonna do to me, okay? And here comes my stepmom and my dad running down the hallway yelling at me. My dad wasn't yelling, but he was like, where are the pills? Where are the pills at? Where are the pills at, Peyton? Where are the pills at, Royal Stonerz? I was like, fuck. I was like, I don't know. He was kind of smiling though, but my stepmom, she was screaming, please give me my kid's Adderall back. I don't even care about the Xanax. Just give me my kid's Adderall back. And I was like, fuck it. I was like, okay, you can have your Xanax, but I didn't take the Adderall. Okay, I didn't say that because that shit felt really good to me at the time, and I didn't want to give it up. You know, I wasn't thinking right, because this all came on to me so fucking fast that I gave her the bars, not thinking that she didn't want those, or not the bars, the footballs, not thinking that she didn't even want those. She wanted the Adderall. I could have kept the fucking Xanax, and she wouldn't have even cared. They wouldn't have even fucking batted. They wouldn't have even cared. They would have given up probably. I mean, probably not, honestly. My dad would have probably still looked for him in my bag, but yeah, I gave him the fucking Xanax out of the kindness of my fucking heart, I guess. So, but she didn't care about the Xanax. She said once again, I don't care about the Xans. I want my kids Adderall. They need that shit. And my dad started getting into it. He started getting mad, and it started scaring me, right? So I started crying. And he was like, give it up. I know you got it. I'm gonna whoop your ass if you don't give it up. And I just kept on saying, I don't fucking have it. At this point, I was literally sobbing, guys. And he goes searching through my bag, right? And he finds the M&M container. He picks it up, he shakes it around, he goes, what's in here? And I go, M&M's? And he says, bullshit. And then opens it, and he finds the Adderall. So, you know, I'm fucked, but not really, because I could have been more fucked if I didn't give it up. They would have probably called the police on me or some shit, now that I think about it. But, you know, now I was sad. It was Christmas fucking break. They were talking about taking me home, and I was just really fucking depressed. I was like, damn. I was really looking forward to spending this fucking time with my dad, but, you know, I had to ruin it all because I wanted to get high. But, you know, that's just how things go, you guys. That's just how it goes sometimes. That's why you don't do drugs. He opens it up, and I end up having no goodies no more. So, you know, I have nothing left, and now my whole fucking day is ruined. Now my dad's mad at me. I'm probably never going to be able to come over again. Me and him, like, it's going to be fucking horrible seeing him again after this. You know, that's what was just going through my mind at the time, guys. He ended up getting on to me, and he was like, we got to take you home, son. And he ended up taking me home, right? And on the way there, we had a long-ass talk about how I can't be doing this shit or I'm going to end up dead when I get older. And he just doesn't really want me to end up dead, you know? And it was pretty fucking sad. But when I got back to my house, I didn't only get in trouble by him, but I also got in trouble by my grandma, you guys, because she was also mad at me for doing this because my dad told her. And I just sat in my room fucking devastated because I was like, fuck. Now I'm sad and I have no drugs to make me not sad. So this is fucking great. But yeah, you guys, that was this story. I hope y'all enjoyed the better version of it, the more in-depth version. If you guys did, let me know down in the comments below. I really enjoy making videos for you guys. it has been Royal Stonerz, and I will see you later, guys. Peace.